Take 30 News will take a look at the impact of the recent drought on farmers.
Plus, the Lyceum series of cultural performances on campus is underway.
Then we'll look at Starkville Strong, a local organization dedicated to helping the homeless community in Starkville. Your Take 30 News starts right now. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Jake White.
And I'm Felicia Morris. Research shows the Magnolia State is experiencing the 5th driest summer and fall season since 1895.
Take 30's Candice Bruce hit the road to Columbus to get all the details.
Take package.
The National Weather Service reports roughly 77% of Mississippi is currently in a drought.
Because of the drought, you can't plant seeds, and this is the time of year where people are getting ready to plant deer fields and all of that.
While the drought is more severe in the central and southern regions of the state, farmers in Columbus are feeling the burn too.
But without rain, you're not going to plant because you're just going to throw out your seed and it'll die. So there's been less business.
Four Seasons Farm and Garden operates year-round, providing feed and plants to the community. Ben Burks says his biggest concern now is still providing services as the winter months approach.
Even though you can't plant during this time of year, we still have your feeds and your corn, and we have clothes and boots and other stuff.
The Hitching Lot Farmers Market has been serving the community for nearly 50 years and doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. The Hitching Lot is a staple here in the community and provides a little free library where citizens can leave a book and simply take a book. While this drought has some people discouraged, farmers in Columbus are staying vigilant to provide fresh food to the community. For Take 30 News, I'm Candice Bruce.
Take one.
This is the second year in a row that a severe drought has impacted the state.
And sticking with the weather, it's time now for your first look at the weather here in the Golden Triangle. For that, we turn things over to Campus Connect meteorologist Blake Joyner.
Yeah, thanks guys. I have a little bit more information on this drought we're currently in here in South and Northeast Mississippi rather. The entire Southeast is really experiencing quite the drought right now, especially in South Louisiana there, but it's creeping up towards us in Northeast Mississippi. We're currently in a moderate drought. Now, we did get some rain last night, slightly put a dent in that drought we currently have. Our southern counties got close to an inch. Us here in the Golden Triangle, more like a half an inch. So we will have more rain here at the end of the week next week. I have your football forecast coming up later in the show. Back to you.
Thank you so much for that coverage. Switching gears now, we have some breaking news regarding the headliner, Jason Derulo for Bulldog Bash.
Jason Derulo is facing a lawsuit from one of his former artists alleging sexual harassment. Imaza Gibson alleges Derulo signed her in August 2021 and dropped her in September of 2022 after she declined his sexual advances.
I don't think that's a good look for us to be bringing that in as an example to be set for our college culture that we have here in Starkville.
Obviously, wait and see what actually happened, because I know some things with these issues aren't always true, but obviously, if they are true, that's where I stand on it.
Jason Derulo is set to perform here at MSU October the 20th. And students, faculty, staff, and community members have the opportunity to experience sounds from across the nation and worldwide with one of Mississippi State's longest running events.
Our Michael Corkern has the story.
Take package.
The 76th Lyceum Series is one of Mississippi State's longest performing arts series.
As we build each season for the Lyceum Series, we try to make sure that we're pulling from many different genres of entertainment. So for example, this season we've got, a cappella, we've got tribute acts, we've got ballet, all sorts of things. And we want to make sure that not only are we bringing different types of acts, but also acts featuring performers from different backgrounds, walks of life, who are bringing different perspectives here to campus.
Julia Pratt is the coordinator for programs in the Center for Student Activities. She says bringing the series back each year requires all hands on deck.
As soon as that last show of a season ends, we're already thinking about the next one. Throughout the year, we kind of collect their information for the different shows that they will be touring for that upcoming year. And we will get together with our performing arts committee, typically in January or late December, which is going to be faculty, staff, students, and some community members that are kind of engaged in the arts and interested in assisting in the creation process for the season.
This year, the Lyceum Series will host performances by King's Return, Masters of Soul, Cross That River, Hiplet Ballet, and a hip-hop orchestra.
One of the things that we really value about the performing arts is that, performing arts are where we get to be creative and where we get to be inspired.
Julia says the series has a lot of moving parts, but getting to work with people in the area makes it all worth it.
I think the most fun part to me is engaging with the community as we kind of try to get the word out about the season, working with different community partners like the Starkville Public Library or the partnership, getting out to farmers markets, getting out to off-campus events, and just chatting with folks that are not necessarily always on campus with me every day.
The 76th Lyceum Series is free to all MSU students, and prices vary depending on the shows. For Take 30 News, I'm Michael Corkern.
For more information about the Lyceum Series, visit union.msstate.edu.
Homecoming King and Queen candidates are busy campaigning for the upcoming elections. Don't miss your chance to vote for Homecoming King and Queen and your favorite throwback t-shirt design. To vote, you just sign into your Cowbell Connect account and select the 2023 Homecoming ballot. The election wraps up on October the 10th.
Coming up, a local organization sets its sights on helping the homeless.
Stay with us.
Discovery. It tells our history and determines our future. At Mississippi State University, we're digging deep, unlocking an understanding of our past, validating it. Middle East exploration by faculty and students is uncovering evidence that unravels ancient mysteries. Scholars have long thought of the biblical kings David and Solomon as mythological figures. Our research offers evidence that supports their existence, boosting MSU into an international league of experts on archaeology. Now we're changing the way people think about the past, opening up new possibilities of understanding for future generations. Digging deeper, learning more.
Homelessness is an issue that plagues many in the United States. Right here in the Golden Triangle, one local organization is making it its mission to fight back. Our Jake White has the details.
One client at a time, we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done.
Between the rising rates in inflation and cost of living, most Americans find it harder to make ends meet.
Rent is the biggest obstacle right now. And it is that because some people do have evictions on their records. A lot of people do not have the 3 times the rent that they're requiring. A lot of people just cannot afford the $1,000+ a month that they would need for a family home in Starkville.
Kimberly Christie is a case manager with Starkville Strong. She says that they have between 150 to 200 residents who are in need of a helping hand.
We are Starkville Strong. We love our community. We always strive to be the best version of ourselves for our community. And we want to see homelessness and food insecurities and the unemployment rates stay low like they are. And one client at a time, we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done.
And it's not just Starkville citizens that are feeling the heat. Also, college students like you and I are feeling the same. So that begs the question, how many college students is she seeing on a regular basis?
There is a mix of both. Now, as far as college students goes, they're in housing, but they're not really affording the housing. So in turn, after a while, it gets really heavy and then they get evicted. So then we just end up finding them an additional place to live.
Christie adds that Starkville Strong loves the community and is always striving to see homelessness and food insecurity eventually disappear. Reporting in Starkville with Take 30 News, I'm Jake White.
For more information about Starkville Strong, make sure to visit www.starkvillestrong.org.
West Point Clay County Animal Shelter offers many volunteer opportunities for students and animal lovers. Tate 30's Colin James has more on the story.
Students and animal lovers alike looking to work for a good cause have the opportunity to volunteer at the West Point Clay County Animal Shelter. Volunteer Mallory Gilbert described her task at her first day at the shelter.
They just have us play with the kittens and just kind of be around them so they can get some kitten love. And then they also have us play with the puppies and take care of some of the dogs. And then I'm sure they'll have us clean up some things and help take care of the place around here.
Like Mallory said, volunteers take care of not just the shelter's dogs, but cats too, which all require love and attention before finding their new forever home.
Although it's a drives away for some Mississippi State students, the shelter here at West Point is always looking for volunteers. And it's a great opportunity to work with animals here in the Golden Triangle area.
Tasks include taking the dogs for a walk, feeding them, and playing with them. Although it could be a lot of work, shelter manager Melanie Elmore says that it's all worth it in the end.
As far as volunteering, like I said, we take them all the time. Washing dogs, maybe cleaning out a barrel, washing a water bucket, something that we might not have had time to do. But nothing that's, absolutely nothing that's going to hurt you. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. If you came to walk dogs, just say, I came to walk dogs, or I came to play with cats.
Those interested in volunteering or donating to the animal shelter can do so by going to www.wpccas.com for more information. With Take 30 News, I'm Colin James.
West Point Clay County Animal Shelter's goal is to find a comfortable and safe home for all of its animals where they can be loved and appreciated.
Starkville gets an upgrade with something called a safety tent in the Cotton District. Our Felicia Morris has the story.
Limit yourself, but don't do it if you're going to drive at all. I would say don't even try it.
The Starkville Police and Fire Departments have created a new zone for ride shares to pick up and drop off district goers. But what's been added to this zone is something the departments call a safety tent.
The tent is supposed to be positioned right here at Bulldog Burger every Friday and Saturday night.
The tent will be manned by firefighters trained as special EMTs available for emergency services. I spoke with SPD Patrol Lieutenant Shane Kelly, who elaborated on what the tent is for.
Just kind of give them a place that's lit. They have a place they can sit down, because it does take several minutes for the ride share or the Ubers to get there. So just a place to make them feel safe and where they can hang out.
And in a place like the district where 3-for-1 specials are flowing, it's important to understand the effects of alcohol. For that, I sat down with SPD DUI officer Nick Browning.
It takes about an hour, really, for your body to consume the alcohol and it gets down into your body. So you're drinking and you don't feel the effects right away, so you always grab another one, and you always grab another one, until about an hour or so after that first drink, you're starting to feel the effects. And so the drink responsible is actually a good slogan.
All ride shares are required to pick up and drop off at the safety tent from 10 p.m. until 1:15 a.m. For Take 30 News, I'm Felicia Morris.
Ride shares are required to pick up and drop off at the safety tent from 10 p.m. until 1:15 a.m.
And coming up, Blake Joyner is in the studio to give you a weather preview heading into this weekend.
Don't go anywhere.
As concern grows over the declining health of the world's oceans, veterinary students at Mississippi State are learning how to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable marine animals. Through a unique partnership between the College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute of Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, Mississippi, students are experiencing the chance of a lifetime. Real-time research of this fragile ecosystem prepares students for a future in providing care for sick and stranded dolphins, turtles, sea lions, and other marine species. At the same time, MSU's advanced diagnostic technology is helping innovate for solutions while improving treatment and outcomes. Not only are the waters of the Gulf Coast opening new worlds of discovery for Mississippi State veterinary students, they are much safer now, thanks to this game-changing partnership that's improving life for literally hundreds of aquatic animals.
right now in the junction, people have started to set up their tents for the game tomorrow. And what has been a very overcast morning has really turned into a beautiful afternoon. Lots of clear skies and lots of sunshine on our campus cam. We're at 79 right now, almost reaching 80 degrees. Dew point's at 61 and winds are at 6 miles per hour. Right now on radar, same thing. We're very clear right now here in northeast Mississippi. Nothing to worry about as far as rain. That is gone by the wayside. Temperatures right now in northeast Mississippi, our northern counties are in the 80s, while our southern counties are in the upper 70s and the mid 70s down in Macon at 74. And with that cold front passing through last night, we've seen some drops in temperatures from this time yesterday. Here in Starkville, we're 2 degrees below where we were this time yesterday, and Macon is 3 degrees lower than where we were yesterday. Tonight, our temperatures are going to drop. We're really going to start to feel the effects of that cold front. We're going to drop down to 51 degrees. Be a very clear night, mostly clear, but might want to take a jacket because we're going to have 10-mile-per-hour north winds. This could make it for a very chilly fall evening for us here in Starkville. Now for the next 48 hours, we're going to continue to see these clouds slide off to our east, and we're going to stay clear through the evening tonight, all the way to kickoff tomorrow, and that's just going to continue through the entirety of tomorrow into Sunday. Now we know it's going to be clear tomorrow for the game, but look at those temperatures. Kickoff, 60 degrees. At halftime, we'll be at 64. Final after what should be a big Bulldogs victory, we're at 67. So cooling off a little bit tomorrow. It should be a great day to go out to Davis Wade Stadium and watch the game. Should make for a great afternoon as we'll see lots of sunshine. And it's going to continue through the weekend into next week. Look at those lows. We're in the low 40s on Saturday night. Lots of sunshine, though, making it for a great Sunday as our temperature is going to get up to 70. Lots of sunshine into next week as well, as we'll be mostly sunny for those days. Temperatures will be up again in the 80s, lows in the 50s. On Thursday, I'm calling for a chance of rain, 30%. We'll continue to monitor it as we get closer to time. Back to you.
Thank you so much for that coverage. Caleb Ward will take you through all things sports up next.
Stay just right there.
The sense of place. We all have it. Often grown from deep roots in small-town communities. At Mississippi State University, our Carl Small Town Center is strengthening these ties. With nearly 40 years of making a difference, we're revitalizing communities into welcoming places to work, live, and congregate. By weaving together the best pieces of our past with modern technology and amenities, we're creating the hometowns of the future. Places where lifetime memories can be made, where you have all the things you need, along with all the things you want. Through partnerships with our communities, we're identifying improvement opportunities, recommending paths forward, and creating the plans for a better tomorrow.
Welcome to Take 30 Sports. I'm your anchor, Caleb Ward. The best time of the year has started, October baseball. We've already seen 4 teams get knocked out earlier this week in the MLB playoffs, leaving 8 teams in the hunt. The Baltimore Orioles, Texas Rangers, and the Arizona Diamondbacks made history by becoming the first teams to make the playoffs after each losing over 100 games 2 years ago. The AL-NL Division Series starts tomorrow. The MLB community was saddened by another death in the baseball family. Former 2-time World Series champion pitcher Tim Wakefield passed away from brain cancer. He spent 19 years in the MLB, starting off with the Pittsburgh Pirates and the other 17 with the Boston Red Sox. In 2010, he won the Roberto Clemente Award, one of the most prestigious awards you can be awarded in the MLB. Red Sox principal owner John Henry said Tim's kindness and spirit were as legendary as his knuckleball. He was 57 years old. The NFL community was saddened by the death of Hall of Fame linebacker Dick Butkus. The Dick Butkus Award is named after him for the best linebacker in high school football, college football, and the NFL. He spent all 9 years with the Chicago Bears. He was 80 years old. And this afternoon, Maroon Madness will be taking place at Columbus Air Force Base at 6 p.m. It is closed off to the public and will only be for the service men and women on the base. This Sunday, Mississippi State's soccer team looks to keep the Magnolia Cup in Starkville for the 4th year in a row. They take on Ole Miss at 6 p.m. on ESPNU. This is Caleb Ward with your Take 30 Sports Recap. Stick around and we'll have more after Take 30 News after the break.
Farming can be a tough way to make a living. Weather, pricing pressures, and unpredictable swings in demand can take a toll, not only on farmers' finances, but on their mental health, as well as that of family members and farm workers. That's why Mississippi State University is spearheading a program to train extension agents to detect the signs of depression, substance abuse, and other stress-related challenges. Everyone has a bad day, of course, but this holistic view of a farmer's circumstances enables MSU representatives to recognize the difference between routine struggles and deeper, more serious issues. It may be a tough conversation, but the sooner it gets started, the sooner farmers can get help to better manage stress and continue the important work of growing the products our world needs. Caring for farms and farmers. Mississippi State University.
Prepare for severe weather and man-made disasters. Each county in Mississippi must have a plan.
And Oktibbeha County is no different. It's called Code Red.
Prepare for severe weather and man-made disasters. Each county in Mississippi must have a plan, and Oktibbeha County is no different. It's called Code Red.
How it works is that it's geocoded for the address that you put in when you register for the site or to get the emergency alerts. So you only get the notifications if you are in the direct path of severe weather.
The City Board of Aldermen and the Board of Supervisors covers the cost for the service. And even if you have a weather radio or maroon alert, Campanella says it's best to have more than one method of communication.
It depends on the weather service. So like I said, those alerts as far as the weather come straight from the National Weather Service in Jackson. So as soon as they push out those warnings, sometimes it's weather. So you just never know. Sometimes something can pop up really fast, or it may be where it's on the ground and you got a little time where you know it's coming.
Oktibbeha resident Xavier Carter explains how the system benefits him.
Code Red has saved my life by letting me know of any, one of the bomb threats we had here not too long ago. I was in my dorm room. I got the alert, got out right away. Without it, I don't know where I would have been right now. Thank God it was a false alarm.
To get looped in, just send the word Oktibbeha alert to the number 99411. For Take 30 News, I'm Joshua Hughes.
There were around 70,000 weather events in 2022. And the study of the brain can be complex but fun.
That's the message from the Neuroscience Club here at Mississippi State University. Take 30's Zach Rogers attended a club meeting and has the latest.
People's brains. But if there's one thing they love more than that, it's educating people on the brain.
I actually founded the Neuroscience Club last semester because I wanted a neuroscience community.
Mississippi State's Neuroscience Club held their first ever Covering the Basics meeting, inviting everyone, member or not, to learn what matters about your gray matter.
If you already know all this, it's fun to talk about it. And if you don't know, it'll be fun to learn. So thanks for coming.
Members of the club said they were excited to see such a booming turnout to their event.
Honestly, we had a lot more people than we were expecting. I think we had around 35, so we were really impressed with that.
The meeting included information on neurons, the brain, the central nervous system, and even had an audience participation segment at the end, where people got to draw a neuron with the help and instruction of the club's founder and president, Zoe, who is also a professional artist.
We're so lucky to have a great artist here, Zoe, and so we wanted to make an interactive workshop where people could draw their own neurons.
I would consider doing an event just like this again for anyone who missed it today.
This event was the Neuroscience Club's first major outreach meeting, but they hope to have many more in the future to attract people of all majors who enjoy learning about the brain and its complex connections.
I'm going to add some more tree-like branches. Those are dendrites again, and the dendrites, those
Reporting
are
on the Neuroscience
talking
Club
to other
with
neurons.
Take 30 News, I'm Zach Rogers.
The club is open to students of any major.
That's right, and Access is the only post-secondary program in the state of Mississippi that allows students with intellectual or developmental disabilities the opportunity to truly have a full inclusive college experience.
Take 30's Callie Simonton has the story.
Students on MSU's campus have heard about the Access program, but what exactly is it? The program was created in 2010 with the intention to provide students with intellectual and developmental disabilities the opportunity to receive a quality post-secondary education, with the end goal of providing life skills that can lead to independent living and employment after graduation. But as many may not realize, the program allows and encourages MSU undergraduate students to get involved. Peer mentors and college coaches alike are students who strive to help Access students reach their academic and life goals.
I truly just don't think that I ever would have learned the things that I've learned over my 2 years of college experience and where I see myself going forward had it not been for the Access program.
Warschauer says most of what she's learned comes from interacting and forming friendships with students in Access. And students in the program say they feel that same camaraderie.
You get all the help that you need. Everybody treats you like family around here.
Students who apply to be peer mentors only work 1 hour a week. In that time, they will work with students on one key facet of campus living. Those with experience working with students with disabilities are encouraged to apply for a paid college coach position. Peer mentor and college coach applications are open at the beginning of each semester. For Take 30 News, I'm Callie Simonton.
For more information on the MSU Access program, you can visit access.msstate.edu.
And now this is the end of the show. I'm going to ask a question to Caleb that I ask every single week. What are your predictions for the football game?
Well, hopefully Mississippi State will be able to recover. We're on a 3-game losing streak right now, so hopefully our offense will be very explosive in everything, and hopefully our defense will be able to make some stops. As long as we don't turn the ball over, that's been a real big issue with our offense this year. So hopefully for a good win, some good weather, good time with family and friends.
I have a question too for you. Do we need to wear sweaters to the game? Because I see the
Sounds
low
like
of
it.
42 right there. I'm confused.
It's going to look like it. We're going to be substantially less cooler, less warmer rather. It's going to be more cooler outside for sure.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us here at Take 30 News. That's all we have for you.
We hope you have a fun and safe weekend. Good night.
Take the good night. And turn up the music up.